What up, Tube? Miguel here, Drive Culture. Going over some microfiber towels today. What we use, what we like to use for our little weekend warrior projects that we do here for the detailing side of things. We'll go over the wash procedure, different GSMs, different blends, what I use for washing, drying, polish, wax, all that stuff. So we'll get going here pretty soon. Camera set up. Ready to rock and roll. All right. Test, test. So, let's get started. Your microfibers are going to be divided by different plush, different sizes, and just different construction. A lot of us are just used to seeing the microfiber in the big packs at your big box stores, you know, your Costco's, etc. You buy a pack of a bunch for not a lot of money. And those are good for certain things. I'm not saying this is the way you have to go. This is just how I do it, how we do it. Again, weekend warrior detailer, that's what I am. It's not full time, but I've been doing it for a very long time. So, I'm going to divide it into different sections. I have these guys, which are going to be your standard big box style microfibers. I use this for the wash procedure. We have these plusher ones that are actually a little nicer for drying. These are drying towels. I use the black utility towels. These are basically for anything really dirty, engine bay, wheels, tires, etc. These are just different sizes. We'll go into that. And then the blue towel is a waffle weave towel. If you can see that, it's a nice waffle weave towel. This is what I use for windows and just dusting things off, you know, computer screens, that kind of thing is real nice, monitors in your cars, etc. And lastly is the really nice plush towels that we have. These I use to remove wax, polish in that finishing stage. They're very great for that. So, excuse me. We have different blends. Every microfiber towel is a blend of some form of polyester. The less the polyester, the more absorbent the towel is the general rule. So when we're talking about the utility towel or the wash towels, again, these are from your big box stores. These are mostly just 80-20 blend, and they're great for washing. They're great for picking stuff up. You see it's got a little bit of plush to it. The plush is the GSM, and these generally are around 300, 200 GSM. The higher the number, the plusher the towel, the softer the towel. It's very similar to your bed sheets. So, for washing stage with the waterless, or I'm sorry, with a even in the 2-bucket method, traditional wash, or the no water or low water wash method that I use, this is my go-to towel. This is the go-to towel for a lot of things. In regards to around the paint, just in the wash stages with your soap and everything. I do not use a washman in a traditional wash. I use these, and I got a bunch of them. They come in different colors. Most of your big box stores have them in yellow, but as you can see here, I got a lot of different ones and a lot of different stages. And at the end, we'll go over how we wash all these. Again, they are mostly polyester, which is when it gets hot, it'll harden. I'll go into that later. So once you wash, you gotta dry. These are dry 70-30 blend towels that are a little plush, and they incorporate a little bit of a waffle weave, and I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up too well, but if you see it, you'll have a little bit of a waffle weave onto it. These are great, and everything from the drying towels over, I purchase online through the Rag Company, which is an awesome place. I order them in. They always have great deals. They have awesome different varieties of microfiber towels for what you need. My favorite size is a 16 on 16. That's for reference. 16 by 16 square. I use about 3 to 4 of these on a standard size car, 5 to 6 on a truck. I just like them because they're small. You can fold them in half, really get into places. You don't have to worry about them hanging and hitting the ground because you do not want your towels to hit the ground and pick stuff up. But these are great plush towels for drying. Very absorbent, depending on how hot the day is. If it's hot, I can do basically half the side of a car with one towel and then switch off to a clean one. And these shouldn't be getting too dirty. As you can see, these have been used a lot. They are not dirty because after your wash stage, the dry stage should be clean. These are different other sizes that are offered. This is a 24 by 16. And this is the large. I believe this one's a 30 by 16, which is much larger, as you can see that. So this is good for big panels like the roof of the truck or car. It is nice to have the big one, but when I start getting down to the body panels, my go-to is the 16 by 16. I love that towel. Alright, so we go there, we go to the wheels, and I usually start with wheels and tires when I wash the vehicles, but I like to use a darker towel. I mean, when you wash them, it kind of hides it, but these are going to get really dirty. I don't have a ton of these, I have a few of these. I got a couple dozen, but these are great for engine. This is good for tires and wheels. It's just, you don't have to use it. It's actually the same plush as the wash towels I use, about 300, 200 plush. It's just a preference. You can use the regular wash towels. Just have some for when you're going to get them really dirty. Back to reference on the drying towels, the plushness on this is about 450 to 490. Depends on the brand you get, but usually around 490. And again, these are 70-30 on the blend, and the wash and utility towels are 80-20. These are very nice, very plush finishing towels are going to be edgeless. So as you can see, there's a seam on these, and there's no seam on these. It's an edgeless towel. Again, through the Rag Company. And again, I'm not sponsored by the Rag Company. That's just where I buy my stuff. It's overall the best deal I've found for quality. These are very, very plush, very nice. You can see here, it's almost like a really soft carpet or rug. These are 500 GSM. Again, 16 by 16 squares. They come in different colors. I have gray, I have blue, I got yellow, just random colors. It doesn't mean anything. I use these for removal of polish or wax in that phase. These are great for that. They really just take it off. I generally try to keep one towel to a panel. The more buildup you get on the towels when you're taking that off, the worse it is. It just builds up and it isn't as effective, and you start getting some hazing and streaking, where you have to hit it a little harder with a new one. So I generally keep it one of these per panel. If it's a small car, depending how into the procedure we're getting, if it's just wax, I'd only use like 2 or 3 towels on a normal car. If we're doing polish and everything, I like to use 1 towel per panel. But these are great. Again, these are the edgeless 500 GSM wax and polish removal towels. And then finally, and again, those are 70-30 blend. So they're good for absorbing. We actually had to use these to dry stuff. They're very similar to what it is known as the Pluffle towel, the drying towels. But I just keep them separate for separate things. And lastly, this is my go-to for glass, screens, monitors, even my phone, my eyeglasses. It's a waffle weave towel. This is, I believe, 370 GSM. It is an 80-20 blend. It isn't super absorbent, but you're not trying to dry off a car with it. Although the 80-20 will still pick up water. Obviously, it's just nicer for the 70-30 blend. So these right here, I got a few of these. They're also, I just keep them in my bag. I keep one in the car. It's just good for just wiping the simple things off. I don't break the bank on these. The majority I have are going to be the wash towels. We use a lot. We have a whole bin full of the dry towels. It's just good to have these in quantity. And then the detail and polishing towels, those are going to be, you don't need a ton of them. It just depends on how often you're doing that work. But the idea is to keep them clean. The idea is to not overheat them when you're drying them, when you're washing them. We'll go over the wash procedure. Basically, you're going to wash these in a gentle cycle. Warm heat at the hottest in the water in the washing machine with no dye, dye-free and scent-free type of detergent. I use the All brand from any supermarket or store you can find. I'll show you in a bit. On the drying cycle, I always dry on delicate. Again, it's polyester. Polyester is a form of plastic. The more heat you get it, the harder you get it. If you've ever washed your towels with anything else on their normal cycle, over a few washes, you'll start to see they harden. Well, these are all pretty soft. Of course, I can't show you over the camera, but you'll see like this one is a little darker. It's been around for a while, but they're still soft. They're still good for what they're supposed to do. And I've had all these towels in this pile, in the pile of wash towels, are at least a year to year and a half old. So again, it's not a 9 to 5. It's not a 40-hour-a-week job for me, but they've gotten their wear and tear. The proper care, they will last a long time. So yeah, it's all about heat. So regulate the heat when you're washing them. Wash your microfiber towels by themselves. Do not wash them with your shirts. Do not wash them with your undergarments. Do not wash them with anything else. They wash alone. So what I do is I keep them in a bucket. I stock up a few of them, a couple weekends worth of washes, and then I wash them all together to get a load together and do it like that. I do not separate the wheel and tire ones from the polishing, from the drying, from the wash. I wash them all together. That is just my technique. If you have more volume, I do suggest separating them. There's a little bit less dirt involved. It keeps everything a little fresher. But that goes over everything I use. Again, my source to get them has always been reliable. I've been using them for years. Is theradcompany.com. Again, I am not sponsored by them, but they have great service. They always have stock, and they always have great deals. And then everything else, we'll go to the laundry room. Alright, so I'm going to wash the microfibers. I got a bucket of dirty ones. We just washed and detailed the Tundra and the Tucson, the dailies. I have the washer set to normal on warm. The key is warm. You go hot, you're going to ruin your microfibers, just like we talked before. So you want to keep it on warm. Normal cycle, that's how I've done it for years. We're going to use free and clear. No dyes, no perfumes, none of that. Just, this is the brand I use. So just pour your fill, turn it on, let it go, and then it'll go into the dryer. Real simple. The key, warm, free and clear. No dyes, no perfumes on your detergent, and no, absolutely no fabric softener. No fabric softener. We'll be back. The key to drying your microfibers, and this is just a small load, but is keeping it at low heat. So if you don't have a newer dryer, you want to set it to low heat or delicates. I got it on delicates. Mine times out with the moisture it detects, but you want to get it on low heat and put it on delicate, and then let it go. And I check it. Usually delicate sets in at a low time. Check it. If it's not 100% dry, put it in a little bit longer. The key is to not overheat your microfibers.